Here we are at South Kensington station, and you can see on the floor this incredible street artist has made a pair of dogs, very lifelike, very impressive. And I'm going to bring you from here to a short way from here to see the site of another artist who 160 years ago made also incredible animals and have remained extremely famous ever since. So here we are now, not far from South Kensington station, and you can see I just wanted to focus and show you the wooden cobbles on the floor in this archway as an entrance into the studios behind me. We're about 2 minutes walk from South Kensington station, and I'm going to show you something that you definitely will not see on a bus tour. So these are the sort of things that we can show you. Some little bits of interesting facts about London. We saw around the corner the man making the animals on the street out of sand. Well, just in here we're going to be talking about some much more important animals that were made 160 years ago right here, and we'll just pop round the corner and have a look in here. Okay, so here we are at just behind me. You can see what were the studios of Baron Carlo Marochetti. He was a famous 19th century sculptor, and he worked here until his death in 1867. At the time he was Queen Victoria's one of her most valued sculptors, and he was responsible for producing a series of maquettes of the royal family. So she liked to collect small statues of her children, and this was where he worked. He actually lived in a building just behind me, but more famously, or maybe not famously, maybe that's the wrong word, but it was here that a man called Edwin Landseer, who in his day was extremely famous, he was the David Beckham of the art world in the mid-19th century. And he was chosen, he was given a commission in 1858 to produce some lions to adorn or protect the new column bearing Horatio Nelson at Trafalgar Square. This was a strange choice because although he was famous for his paintings of dogs and horses, he was not a sculptor. Landseer had never done any sculptures, but nevertheless he was given the job of producing these lions, and it was here that he actually carved the original stone lions inside these workshops, which were eventually produced in bronze, again by Marochetti's own workshop, and transported from here to Trafalgar Square, where they've stood in front of Nelson's column ever since. And you won't see this on a bus tour, but this is the sort of place that we can take you to. Thank you for watching. So we've just made the short walk around from Marochetti's studios, literally just around the corner, where we saw the lions of Trafalgar Square were actually produced in there by Landseer. Well, this is where Marochetti lived, in this prestigious location in Kensington, and he lived at number 34, which is dead behind me. He lived there until his death in 1867, but he had a very famous next door neighbour, William Thackeray, the great British writer, who wrote Vanity Fair and The Virginians, and he lived next door in 36, and just beside him in number 38 lived none other than the Admiral Robert Fitzroy, who commanded the Beagle on Darwin's trip to the Galapagos Islands and the Far East, etc., where he came upon the theory of evolution. So come and join us on a tour.